Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Yay, go me! We're on Roadcraft and we're on the PlayStation 5. Fingers crossed everything goes swimmingly well, apart from the awful... Can you hear that? Can you? I did this on the last video, but I did it at the end, so I know nobody actually listens to that bit, so all this creaking and noise, yeah, it's my god-awful computer chair, right? So if anybody from Titan Labs is listening, Titan Labs, I keep calling you Titan Labs, Secret Labs, yeah, Secret Labs. Anybody from Secret Labs is listening, yeah, and you've got a spare Titan chair going, please be generous and give an old man a really nice comfortable chair to sit on, because I might as well be sat on the floor, because this thing is awful. Anyway, enough of my whinging, not. I carried on playing after I finished recording my last video, because I must be close. So I've got like that one there to commission the railway, and I've got a couple of exploring things and looking for damaged trolleys, weirdly. So yeah, basically everything now seems to be up round here. I don't really understand why that's in the red. I mean, do I have to, because there's a power substation there, I mean, is it expecting me to run power to it? And it's so random, it's just not explained, because I didn't run power to that. I just opened it up and ta-da, it was ours. And clearly I've been here. Oh, there's still quite a bit of map actually. Well, there isn't. Yeah, so I've already been here. So I don't know. I don't know. Because it'd be way... Would it though? Actually. Because looking at that... Well, yeah, because at least that way there's a road. Straight there. Or follow the railway lines. Here, you have to go... Yeah, you kind of have to go like cross country here, like up there, down to there. Then you have to go down there and through there. I don't know. Is it much of a muchness? Do we know? Do we care? Anyway, whatever. I've got to do some power stuff. No. Commission the railway. Right, let's track this. Get the infrastructure going. Get the electrics going. And then we'll go from there. And we'll see how long that takes. And we'll see whether or not my software is going to fall out. It's already fallen over 3 times. So, you know, my recording stuff. So that's Debut Professional NCH software. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Yes, I could go off and use some other stuff, but it's annoying because it's such a basic, simple program to use. When it's working, it's perfect. Well, it's not perfect. There's the audio issue, but whatever's. It's still good compared to a lot. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of options available for like the recording levels and the recording files and everything else, but whatever's yeah, it's between me and them. Right, onwards and upwards then. So we will plot the route. I'm not sure I like the idea of having to go through the phone. Why you? Wait, what? Hold on. Ah, no. So, yeah. Yeah, but Newbert. Yeah, but Newbert. Yeah, but Newbert. Oh, look at. So, I'm going to have to go... Yeah, I'll do that one first then. Open request. Active source. Salt mine entrance. Okay. Well, we're here, so we might as well do that then. So we will go, what should we use today, children? Should we do that? Because it's an electric thing, and electricity is dangerous to play with. You shouldn't play with electricity because it hurts a lot. We should have warning signs like that, really, not the red ones. The red one's wrong. So we'll do that one. There you go. That looks a lot more elf and safety aficionados, isn't it? So we'll go there, put another one there, and then down to there, and maybe hopefully squeeze our ass in there somewhere. All right, let's do that then. Vroom, vroom. And he's going the wrong way. Yeah. Ooh. So good. So good. Turn right at the next junction. Turn right, you moron. In case you're not wondering, I'm going to tell you anyway, because I can. Just a heads up, my ramblings, preamblings, wafflings, and talking absolute crap are probably going to be a lot worse today, because I'm not in the best of health anyway, which is why I have the ability to, at the time, to make these videos. I'm not making excuses or anything. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, that's how it is. But what I'm saying is, today's particularly interesting for me, health-wise. I'm not doing well, and I'm basically feel like I'm living a third-person adventure at the moment. Some of you probably have that kind of thing every day. We're gonna drown. We're gonna drown. Oh my god! Please climb. So yeah, basically, I am so out there, so vacant at the moment. I've taken one painkiller to try and help top shit off. So I don't know if that's actually made things worse or what. And it's just a generic over-the-counter painkiller, so you know what I mean. It's not. But I am just so not even there. You know what I mean? If you could bottle this and sell it to junkies, I could probably make a fortune. Because yeah, I'm just so yeah, man. It's just like Tooley dude. You know what I mean? So yeah, if I normally stop halfway through a conversation anyway, because I'm really good at that. But if I do it more today, that'll be why. Because I really, really am struggling. So apologies in advance. This might not be a good idea, because I'm now digging this great big trench right up the middle of the road. I need to get off the road, ideally, because it's not going to help for future. Do we care? No, we don't. We really don't care. Sorry, the way I just nonchalantly tore that tree down. The old John Lennon song, wasn't it? Give trees a chance. That's the song, isn't it? Betrays us. I've just done another one down. Greta Thunberg will be crying into her vegetarian, not wrapped in plastic, eco-friendly, whatever it is that she eats. Okay, so that one was relatively painless, actually. No, there was no relatively about it, it was absolutely painless. Come on, he says getting just about to get stuck. Come on. Yep, bit more. Oh, there's it. Can't break this surface to lay a cable. You can. Ta-ha, ha-ha. See? Done. Yeah. In your electricity face. Cool. So that's done. Look, it's got a plug in it and everything now. They can run all their EV vehicles off it now because they've got electricity. They'll be happy. As long as the diesel generator continues to work, everybody will be fine. Yeah, I'm definitely on one today, aren't I? Right, I'm going to go and do that one because it's... But where? Because there's no thing around it. I don't understand. Right, screw it then. We'll just do this one. Steel pipes for facility. Which is that one. Do I go from there or do I go from there? So that one's got blue, so that means that's up and running, so I don't need to faff with that. I'm already here, so I think, see, my choices are, I could go through that gap and then that's a long way, but I saw this. Oh shit, I didn't see that. Who put that in the bloody way? Well, that's kibosh that then, isn't it? Arseholes. That wasn't there yesterday. I was going to go up through here. And now I can't. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Fine. There's a fence there. It just depends on how big the trees are. And they're getting... Oh. No. Dude. Really? I don't know. I'm gonna have to... Right, I'll get to there. We'll go from there and just wing it from there. This could be another one of those spiraling jobs You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it'll be easy. All I've got to do is this. And then from there you end up having to, well, yeah, for this one I can see it coming a mile off. I'm going to end up having to get the tree cutting machine, the log collector, then I'm going to have to get the de-stumper, the stump puncher as I like to call him, because it's funny and it sounds rude. Yeah, just so that I can go probably a couple of car lengths away. Don't know, we'll see. Sorry. I don't even like that song. Yeah, it's not a bad song. It's just not my style. Considering I'm in a track machine, it does manage to drift quite well. It's impressive. See, I don't know. Do I? No, because you'll be laying cable for absolutely no reason. Right, so I deactivate there. And let's go and investigate. Knock down some of the smaller trees, clear the route. Would you believe it? It's funny because I started this game just laying roads, but now I'm branching off. So bad. So bad. In fact, I'm wondering if I'm going to end up going the wrong way. That I might be barking up the wrong tree. No, we're stopping. We're not, but we are. No, that looks like that's... Is it? I don't know. Is that... No, I think that's just... It's just a man. And that's where I've got to be, isn't it? Is it? Oh, he's not happy. Go on, boy. Get you. There we go. Ta-da, we're done. And spinny roundy. Lovely jubbly. Activate. Good chance. Well, oh, blimey. Okay, that wasn't intentional. Come on, just trying to keep it in the keep it in a straight line. thing just wants to destroy stuff. Honestly, I'm trying to steer in a straight line and it's deliberately steering me into trees. I didn't want it to do that. There was no need for it to do that. Creative. Oh, that one's gone. He's gone. Go on. Oh. So that was actually even easier. This game's got me paranoid because it's almost like that was too easy. I'm waiting for the... Oh my god. Wait, what now? Delete the warning markers. Yeah, done. So, but what about this thing? Do you reckon this will come up again? It's got to, hasn't it? Right, so what have we got? Infrastructurized plot route. There's no rewards remaining, so I'll shut that one down. Plot route, all rewards received. Operational. Workshops assault quarry, all rewards received, so I can actually cancel that route as well because it's pointless. Everything, yeah, there's absolutely no need for it. All rewards done on that one. Replace pipes. Pumping station at Monteville. There's a pumping station. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, so we've got a broken pipe there, so that's one. Oh. Holy crap. That's a lot of pipe. Is that broken or buried? Just looks like it's completely missing. And that one is completely missing. Is it? I don't know. I'm very easily confused, especially today, so I don't actually understand. Well, I can only see one that's highlighted red. So, yeah, one pipe. Ooh. Ooh. Love it. Excuse me. Blue for water? Because it's a pumping pipe? I don't really care. Right, okay. How are we going to get... Did I put some... Oh, why is it saying I still haven't got any pipes available? Because you put beams in there. Fine. Okay, it's fine because I've literally just opened up another one. So we will look at... That's a remarkably clean place. I'm impressed. Okay, well, we'll go up there then. You are done. Thank you for your service. Go and have a brew. Take you back to the main base. Actually, why didn't I just retain it? Twat. Muppet. Right, NR, enter the vehicle, and yeah, loaded all those bloody steel beams into the thing so that I could pick them up anywhere and everywhere, and I didn't do the same for the pipes. What a tit. See, oi, 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 oi. No. Shit. I thought that was the... It is. It's like Indiana Jones, isn't it? You know, the leap of faith. Come on. Doopy-doo. Gonna fall over. It's fine, I needed my underwear washing anyway. Ugh. Are you having a laugh? No, that's even worse. Wow. Why? You watch, I bet that's a... No? Okay. It's going to be Sod's Law. That was just going to be some giant crater. Well, not giant, but a really deep crater. Just that tiny, just big enough to swallow the car, the truck, the blue thing that I'm in. Jesus Christ. Oh, I just want to check. Tank length. Oh, I'm not seeing that. Wait, how many doors have I got? Why is it saying I've got all these doors? So I haven't got that many doors. Let's see if it looks out the back. Here we go, going out. Oh, there's an axe on there. It is so cool. It is such a strange little addition. Do you know what I mean? And it's brilliant. What the... Are you kidding me? I said it was going to make it worse, but what the chuff? Why are there gaps? What on earth? I mean, I knew it was going to run a risk of making it a little bit awkward to drive around, but what the hell? What even is that? Why? 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 Bizarre. They've released a patch, you know, update on this one, allegedly fixing stuff, but it's almost like they've made it worse, because it was not like that before when you laid cables. Do you know what I mean? It was just a nice, long, decent thing that you could follow quite easily. But this, what's with all the big gaps? That's bizarre. Like if all the... naughty individuals come along behind me and taken all the and started stealing all the copper. Please, thank you. Right, okay, so I've actually got to try and work out. Might as well pick up some of this lot and just go there, and can you even get there? Yeah, you can go around. Okay. There's a whole load more there, but that looks more like concrete. Right, sod it then. Let's do some boring craneage. Again, this is metal work. I should be picking this stuff up with a magnet. It should, even this thing, right, you should have the option, maybe like have it where you can actually swap the head or connect to a magnetic head. Do you know what I mean? So it's like an attachment. That, I don't know, straps on the back of on the cab or something, whatever. Right, so you don't need it, you can, because obviously you can't pick up concrete blocks and such like, and boxes and things, so you do still need the ability to just pick shit up with a normal crane, but you should have the option, so it's like attach magnetic attach magnetic head. Because otherwise, I mean, the other option would be, and that would be a night, that would be just too much, I think, would be to have a completely separate vehicle. So you have to have the choice of either a crane, or a magnetic winch job. And I just think that would be far too much for a simple add and attach. You're not going to go for it, are you? You know, come on, you know exactly which one I'm going for. Great, I've got that bloody timber song in my head now. That'll learn you. I'm going to need to listen to something else to override that tune, otherwise it's going to be stuck in my head all day, and that's not going to happen. I don't think I could cope with that today. It's the fact that it went for the one beneath that panel first, right? That was literally the first thing it went for. And I'm like, and the reason I didn't go for that one is because it was a knee-jerk reaction, where normally it's like, even though you can't physically pick it up, it will still highlight it for you. So do you want to pick this one? Oh no, you can't, sorry, psych. So I instantly just clicked onto the next target. But rather than going to the next target, which was physically on top of the first one, which would make perfect sense, nah. It went round. It was giving me the option to pick up shit that was behind me, rather than the very next item that was actually on top of the first item. It gave me the option to pick up. Please, somebody make it make sense.
Now I'm going to look away, so why don't you go ahead and use that crane, since you were so good with it last time. Not that I was watching.
What? What was she on about? What is she on about? Is it just me? Look, you know, I don't understand. I mean, she's supposed to be one of those whiny, I'm trying to be smart and funny and clever, one of those kind of things. Let's add some whiny humour. I don't know what the phrase is, but it's bugging the crap out of me, and I don't know why she's annoying me more than as much as she is. It's bizarre. It really is, but it's just unnecessary, and I don't find it funny. I've got more humour than her, and by God, that's saying something. Right, wow. It was a good job I picked all them up then. 2 whole steel pipes. Don't spend it all at once, kids. Sheesh. I might as well take both of them just in case, hadn't I? Even though it's saying there's only the one. Cannot be asked to go all the way back round, because it'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention there's one hidden down there, because that's what we do. No. Yes. Right. Sheesh. Gosh, they're so noisy in the back. Pipe down, will ya? It's a good job nobody watches these videos, isn't it? Let alone actually sit there and listen to this shit. Right. That's kind of blocked. That is blocked. And I wouldn't be able to go, would I go around there? Would I? I don't know. No. Bastard. Alright, fine. So we will go back out, round and out to here. I'm doing so well, I'm going to give myself a gold star. And then we need to go that way. Gotta pause. And we're back. Right, where were we? Because in video time that was no time at all. In my time that was a while. Right, okay, so I'm making markers, so then I'll just drive straight. Put a marker there. And off we go. We're off on a road trip. Let's go like this. Does I yeah, do I or don't I? No, no, it does not make me miss the days of driving. No, it really doesn't. It was fun occasionally. No, it was. But no, I would not. I'm not a HGV. I've never had a HGV license. So I was only 7.5 tonners. Because back in the day, still kind of can now, but it's all like digital tachos and stuff. But I used to be able to drive on what they call granddad rights on my driver's license. So, whereas a lot of the youngsters today, youngsters, Jesus, that unless they take the tests and they do all this, that, and the other, they're not allowed to drive a 7.5 ton. Which, to be honest, the state of some of the way these kids drive today, it's not a bad thing that they are not allowed behind an even larger vehicle. Believe me. So yeah, I used to drive 7.5 tonners for a living. Ford Cargos. There you go. That's really showing my age. Am I going to be able to reach that with this crane? It might be generous. I doubt it, but it might be. Here you go. Was it? Yeah, 7.5 ton Ford Cargos. So yeah, that shows my age. And funny enough, they were I used to drive two different ones. One was a flatbed, which is like this one, and the other one was just a normal Volkswagen. Back in the 90s. Fucking hell. Hard to believe. I've driven them since then as well. In fact, it was my last job. One of the reasons they hired me was because I had the granddad rights and I had the ability to drive 7.5 ton trucks. In my old job, my original job, it was all over the country and it was really good fun. Really good fun. Whereas the most recent job, going back a few years now, it was predominantly driving into London. Now, I have never been a fan of London, our wonderful, glorious, shiny capital city. I mean, literally never, ever liked London. I'm not a city person at all. I'm not a townie. Even though I live in one, I still class myself as a country boy, and I always will do. But London, yeah. And it's the same with a lot of the cities. Any major city, I could not do it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird, and it's a personal thing. It's not a. I'm not dissing the city as such, although I can quite easily do that, especially the state of it at the moment. But what I'm saying is, I've never been a fan of London ever. I mean, I used to do courier work, like point-to-point courier work, and it'd be like we were all self-employed, and it was a case of they'd say, right, okay, we've got this job, who wants to do this job, who wants to do this job, and then it's like we've got these job drop-offs in London, And it was always better paid. Yeah, it was a lot better paid. And I would always turn them down. And they were like, "Why are you turning this down? It's better pay." And I would rather drive all the way up from Somerset or Wellington in Somerset, all the way, or even Devon. You know, we used to do some pickups from Devon. I'd rather go from there all the way up to like Manchester or Newcastle or something like that on a point-to-point run to deliver one item than go into London. You know what I mean? For the same money. Sometimes even less. Trust me. That's how much I dislike London. And then all of a sudden, like I said, end up getting this job and I'm driving 7.5 tonners in and out of London. Awful. Nightmare from start to finish. Nightmare. Great job. Really good, fun job. But I just wish that it could have been anywhere but London. Yeah, wow. So no, I just don't like London. Never have. From way back, from when I was little, I've never liked it. And yes, I have stayed there. My brother-in-law. Yes, my brother-in-law used to live there. He used to live in Camden. Guy called Mark. I think he lives in Australia now, lucky bastard. But yeah, I used to go with his dad occasionally, and we'd go down and see Mole, and go to his one-bedroom apartment at the top of these flats, and it was an awful place. But Camden was interesting, and it was fine. And this was, again, 90s, early 2000s kind of thing, so it wouldn't, but just I can't cope with it. Just can't cope. The lack of greenery, the pollution, especially back then, the noise, just how busy it is, everything cramped. Give me a nice little shack in the middle of nowhere, nearest neighbours like a fucking mile away or more, and I'm just surrounded by nature. Yes, please. Right, what are we doing? Clear the area, clear the area. Is that it? Go on then. Right, well, I might as well do it now then, because it is literally just that, isn't it? Sorry, raise and lower the hook. Oh, there it is. Jesus, I'm like, well, where is it? Yeah, we'll have that. Where am I supposed to put it? I suppose I'm just dumping it in that hole, am I, at the moment? No, please don't do that. Right, that way. That way. Wow, this is annoying. Detach. Okay, right. Trolley movement. Oh my god, it's completely right. So if if I have it facing that way, it makes sense. Jeez. That'll do. Right. Kiana. Sorry, that's going to take some getting used to. Well, with the cranes you have to L1 and R1. This thing you don't. It's all in one, so forgive me. It's kind of easier now that I understand I don't have to push off as many buttons. Yes. Okie dokie. we can do this. Let me lower the crane. Not the crane. This is thrilling stuff, isn't it? This is so exciting to watch. No, wrong way. And that'll do, big. That'll do. No. Okay, so that's that bit done. Wow, that was really difficult. That was like, whew. Let me guess. You want me to put it on the trailer? Or not? That hasn't disappeared, has it? No. Okay. Anywhere else I can dump it? No. Well, that's just weird. Come on. What the hell? That's a little bit weird. I mean, the fact, I know the target is, it's like a target area and all that shit, but in my eyes, my old roomy eyes, it's just saying, to me, that's like, yes, you pick up the junk, you pick up the objects, and you move them and put them on the flatbed, because, you know, that makes perfect sense. Because if somebody was to come along and clean it up, which I thought was part of the idea, part of the... Okay, alright. Then... what do we do? Weird. That's just weird.
Looks to me like you'll need a base.
You'll need a base.
And Lakeside sounds like a prime location. How about you bring over the truck with those repair materials from the gas station? That way, you'll have an operational base right where you need it. Best camping spot for miles. Let's drain this flooded salt mine. First, you'll need to haul the pump over to the entrance. Then, you'll need to restore the electricity.
Anything else? Fucking hell. Jesus. What's this? What have you given me here? Right, so I've got to take that to that. Is that right? Okay. Interesting that I'm now doing these deliveries. It's fine, you know. No skin off my nose. I don't mind. And at least I held off trying to connect electricity to that place just on the off. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was going to do. I thought, no. It might... something else might turn up. And, okay, it did. Are we stuck already? There's a vehicle available in the garage, I think, yeah, to buy. And I'm like, I just don't understand the point of it. This is taking the piss. This is the absolute piss take. No, that's fucking... You're in my love. I am stuck. Fuck off. Anyway. So I'm like... It's got a little snow plow. It's like the world's smallest snow plow, or plow, scoop thing, whatever you want to call it, on the front of it. And I'm like, what is the point of that? It's weird. Now, I'm thinking, yes, it would be great to move these rocks out of the way, ironically. Don't fucking... But, oh Jesus, what? The it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, look at it. I'm not being funny, but I could easily drive. You should be able to drive over that. It's not that big. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, the physics. Well, I suppose physics is probably the wrong choice of word, but the yeah, we're not going to do this, are we? There's no fucking way this truck is doing that. What was I saying? Yeah, with the sand, I'm stuck now, aren't I? Yeah, that was really obvious. Twat. The sand shoveler, leveler thing, right? It's almost like it barely shoves stuff out of the way unless it's sand, and then it like does stuff with sand. But like rocks and things like that, they're barely touched. It's bizarre, even though they're on top of the sand. And then if you went to manual and did it that way, it just causes utter chaos. There's no happy in between. Even the destruction mode and stuff, it's just weird. It's very, very strange. Just this, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Where are we? Right, you're all the way over there. Let's get in. Recover. Wow. Fine. It's the nearest place. What ifs? Oh my god. I've got to somehow try and transport, unless I can get this to actually dump the sand. That's fine. I didn't want you to turn to the right and drive in a decent, it's fine. Yeah, unless I can get this to dump the sand in a useful manner, this is going to be annoying, because it means I'm going to have to get the grader out there somehow. That's where's the road gone? I don't know, but you can fucking make one, you moron. I don't know if you can hear it on the, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but the, and I'm being extremely rude here by saying it, with air quotes, the workmen are outside my house again with the jackhammer for the third day running. And if you were to see what they have done, you would question reality, because they're clear. Right, so basically, short and tall of it is, where I work, there is a council yard, like right next to us, and their exit, because they try and run a one-way system, although nobody ever pays any attention to that. It's there's two very large metal gates, okay, and the these two guys, these two workers, they're contractors to the council, right? Which means they're on an absolute screw anyway. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it really is going to take us like 3 months to do this work, honestly, because it's an awful lot of work involved. No idea what they're doing. They were doing work on one side of the gates, yeah. So you got two gates, one opens, one side, one, yeah. So they open wide, and it's a nice large open area, so vehicles can come in and out. And I'm going to come back to that because I'll be here all day doing this shit for absolutely no reason. And originally, like, we're going back a few years now, they were going to, somebody had the amazing idea, actually it was me when I was complaining to the council about this place. I suggested, why don't you, for fuck's sake, told you I'm not with it at all. Yeah, I suggested to them to make their lives easier and to keep the residents happy because of how bad the driving is in and out of this place. Literally, the workers in this yard, they go through, they exit this gate and treat our road, which when the yard is shut, it's actually a dead end road, right? They treat it like a quarter-mile strip. It's literally a drag strip. You hear them rev the crap out of the vehicles, or they're doing like 20, nearly 30 miles an hour before they've even exited the gate. They're flat out awful, total and utter disregard for anybody and everything.
All these years, and anyway, I still hate even looking at them. Sorry to vent,
so
but this job sometimes just gets to me. Maybe I'll tell you more someday.
Secure, plus it would help slow
People who say time heals all wounds haven't had any real wounds.
Put some electric gates in. Yeah, it wouldn't take much. And I wondered if that's what they were doing. you know, maybe these guys are... What are you doing? Oh, for fuck's... I'm losing the will. Genuinely losing the will. So yeah, I made the suggestion, if they were to implement a series of automatic gates, not only would it force their staff to actually stop before they exited the van. Hang on a fucking minute. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. So short and tall of it is, these guys have turned up and they're starting to do all this drilling, and they're making what looks like they're making holes by the gates. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's what they're actually doing. Maybe they are actually getting ready, and they're doing the groundwork, and they're laying cables, or they're setting up the infrastructure to put in these new electric... Nah, not they fuck. It's like they've just drilled holes in the floor, or made jackhammered holes in the floor by beneath the gate, where the hangers are on this wall. And then, because I actually saw one of the guys testing the gate to make sure that it was still able to open, right, which it does. So it's like they were doing all this work just to make it so the gate could open again. You know what I mean? It's weird. Any normal person would just you take the gate off the wall, which is where it's hung, fix the mountings to the gate, and then remount the gate on the wall. You know, that's what you do. But these guys, like I said, they're clearly contractors. They're new contractors for our local council, and they absolutely know they're going to rinse the crap out of it by doing all of this completely and utterly unnecessary groundwork to hang a gate, which is already hanging, honestly. And that's what I can. That's all I can see. And before anybody starts going, oh, what do you know? What do you know? You've never done that kind of thing. Yeah, that's one of my many jobs that I have done, groundwork and installing things like gates and such. Like, I was a farmer, remember, it's what you do. So yeah, when I'm watching these things, these guys, and I'm looking at what they've done, because like I said, they're now on the other side doing the same non-existent work. It's weird. It's absolutely weird, because if they were laying the foundations down and ready to have an electric gate put in, like as in like a sliding gate like you do in the posh houses and stuff, if it was one of them, or even motorized swinging gates, they finish one side, so they would be you'd see where this stuff's coming out of the ground, ready for whoever's going to come in and install the kit. There's none of that. They've literally just surfaced over the holes that they've been digging, or the trench that they've dug, and there's nothing. There's no outlay, there's no pipes. They haven't put any pipes down, they haven't done anything. It's bizarre. Honest to God, it's bizarre. I haven't been sat there watching them like the whole time, but every time I go out, even if it's just go out and put stuff in the bin or go and sort the car out or whatever, have a gander over and see how far they've got, see what progress they're making, and you can see it's ridiculous. They're not doing anything. They're genuinely not doing anything. So yeah, And it's funny because, like I said, you've got the two guys, and at the moment they're wearing their high-vis stuff, like as you should. Good little boys, well done, health and safety. And it's got their company logo name on the back of their kit, which, standard. And it's the reason I know that they're clearly the new contractors for our council is because there's a playing field near to where I live, from which I take the dog over and walk and stuff like that. And there was some tennis courts that have been there was tennis courts that have been neglected for years, and I mean as long as I've been here they've been in the same condition. You know what I mean? There's there used to be four tennis courts. 4 tennis courts. One of the nets got stolen, or the others just got wrecked. A couple of them are still standing, they're usable. Every now and again it's like, oh, it's Wimbledon, and about 4 people will come out and use the tennis courts for a week, and then the rest of the time it's either kids on their little scooters with their mum and dads and their nan and granddads, or I've seen the occasional bunch of kids with their little mobile skate ramps and stuff like that they've set up in there, which is really cool. Other than that, this large concreted tarmacked area is completely devoid of life and action and use, and that's it. And it's like, what an absolute waste of time. And then all of a sudden I went around there the other day, and there's this contractor, the same guys that are doing the non-existent work outside, and they've been contracted with basically renovating this area. Good. So they've and turning it into and redoing the tennis courts and putting a fucking pickleball. Who plays pickle? Really, that is like the most American thing ever. It's not a British thing, right? And my other half said, oh, that's clearly because somebody in the council has suddenly started playing pickleball, and that's what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? That's the only reason they've done it. That's the only reason they've put it in, is because they want to play pickleball. So they've basically found a contractor who somebody in the council is clearly friends with, and they know the owners, or you know what I mean, there's clearly some nepotistic connection to them, and they've got the job to do that. And again, that's taken them, I don't know how long now, to they literally dug the entire place up. They've dug it all up, and now they're resurfacing it. Right, it took them over a week to dig up the surface. They're still resurfacing it now, and which in itself is a piss take. And then, like I said, they're then gonna put the tennis courts back on, and this stupid fucking pickleball surface court, whatever, right? Now, the reason it's irked me more than anything, and it's irked a lot of people, because obviously I talk to all the other dog walkers in the area, they're all the same. They're all like, what an absolute waste of money, what an absolute waste of time. The in this same playing fields area, there is a children's play park area, right? And it is the most dilapidated, run down, I wouldn't say it's unsafe, but you know, it's not brilliant. I wouldn't let my kids play in there. You've got a roundabout that's fallen apart. You've got a shitty slide climb thing, some broken swings for the babies, and then another set of broken swings for the larger kids. That's it, right? And again, that was another thing that a long time ago, many years ago, it was one of those things. It was they were going to renovate it and they were going to rebuild it, and it was this whole big thing. Come vote for me, kind of thing for the local councillor because this is what I want done. That never ever happened, and now they're spending all this money on these fucking tennis courts for absolutely no reason. When they should, that money and that time and that effort and and all the stuff that they're using should have gone into putting the children's play area in, not some stupid tennis courts that literally no one uses for 90% of the year, probably 99% of the year. Awful, absolutely awful. So and it's like all these councils over here in the UK, especially in the big cities, they're all like, oh, we've got no money, oh, it's awful, we're doing so, we're so destitute, we need help, we need support, we need, we're going bankrupt and stuff because of their incompetent handling of money and of funding. The fact that most of the councillors just treat the government money and the tax-funded money as their own private enterprise, and then they want and spending it on stupid fucking things like tennis courts that nobody uses, and then they wonder why shit doesn't work and why shit's not done and why they've run out of money and everything. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. So this whole Doge thing, in America, and the I only want to get him over there. This is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, the whole Doge thing in America, and the threat of it over here in some of the places. Best thing ever. Absolute best thing ever, because every normal person, every tax-paying person knows and can see the utter waste of money, the utter the pointlessness of the spending in their councils, and this is across the country. So, okay, question, why? And I'm stuck. Literally fucking stuck. I'm not going to stop videoing until I've got this poxy truck back to where it needs to be. And then I'm going to quit out. But yeah, so internal reviews on spending on councils should be mandatory, and it should be in every council, and they should release. You shouldn't have to do a Freedom of Information Act to request to see what they're spending the money on. It should be released every month. This is what we've spent your money on this month. This is what we've done. This, you know what I mean? And why? Simple as. And then people would potentially, but more transparency, people would be believing it. So I would love to know just how much money they are charging, or rather the contractors are charging the council for them to do whatever it is they're allegedly doing. Why? It's fucking sand. Are you taking the absolute piss. What is it? What is it grounding out on? I don't understand. No, this isn't. I'm stuck. And why does it look like none of the fucking wheels are moving? And now it's gonna... I didn't do that. I'm so gonna need to come off this. I am so gonna need to come off this. I am absolutely gonna need to come off this now. Because I'm losing my shit. I'm losing my fucking rag. Always at the end of the video. In fact, it's gone way beyond what should have been the end of the video. I knew I shouldn't have started recording of this one. I said at the beginning that I wasn't fucking with it. It's fine, mate. You know, it's not like I actually wanted you to fucking turn the fucking corner. I don't know what to do. It just stops. That was me. I deliberately drove up onto that rock on the off chance that maybe it just sticks. What's it sticking on? Fuck off. Seriously, just fuck off. The actual fuck? Fuck's sake, just fucking get over there. If in doubt, give it a clout. Go on. Just fucking... Dude, you're like twice the size of that one. You should be able to shunt this bastard out of the fucking way. Move it. Go on. Give it a... Go on. Go on. Go on. Right, let's see if it's either going to crash. It's like... No, don't put the fucking handbrake on. Right, I don't know whether or not to just chuck it. There you go. Oh, that was perfect. That's probably the best bit so far. And he's still are you fucking... just... I genuinely don't understand what is going on now. Why will this thing not move? What is the actual problem? Just... fuck off. I mean, it looks as though it's... and that makes me laugh as well. The fact that I've just emptied all this fresh sand, right? And it's still compact enough to actually hold that vehicle off. Well, that was fun, wasn't it, boys and girls? Fucking hell. My God. I don't even know what we're carrying. I mean, it just looks like a load of fucking flat pack cardboard boxes. That was awful. Fuck me, that was painful.
Okay, 2 more things. For now. I'm sure there'll be more. Can you plot a route from the nearest pipe manufacturer to the production facilities? We also need to bring some steel beams to the unfinished passage inside the salt mine. Those walls need reinforcing. Oh, and something else came through for you. But it's optional. Looks like the Montville administration needs your help. If you're feeling generous enough to lend them a hand, grab the gas tank from the lakeside base and take it to them. Then you could sort them out by plotting a route.
Anything else while I'm here? Anything else? You know, you want me to polish the railway tracks? Rebuild the fucking streetlights? You know, do you want me to polish your knob? Fucking hell, love, calm down. Right, anyway, I'm out of here because that has clearly wound me right up, and I shouldn't have started this video in the first place because I'm not in the mood, and it shows. That was fun, wasn't it? Not. Thank you very much for doing everything you do. Thank you very much for watching the same old rhetoric narrative at the end of every one of my videos. Don't know why I bother because nobody ever gets this far. Anyway, so who gives a shit? Till the next video, yeah, later, bye.